The Democratic Alliance. Its leader, Mmusi Maimane, has declined a request by some members of the DA's federal executive to stand as the premier candidate in the Western Cape. So, in a statement, the DA says Maimane, who is also the federal leader, has decided against a request from some unnamed members in the FedexWestern. The Cape Community Safety Minister, Plato, has also been nominated by the DA to be Cape Town's next mayor. Plato is set to take over from the current Mayor Patricia de Lille, who resigned in August following protracted differences with the party. To talk more on this, we are joined from our Cape Town studios by Solly Malatsi. He is the DA's spokesperson. Solly, good to have you. Thanks so much for being our guest on the program.
Good morning, Leanne, and good morning to the viewers of Morning Live.
So, Solly, last night the federal executive meeting was held in Cape Town to decide who would be the party's Western Cape Premier candidate. Has a decision been made? Because we know now that your leader, Mmusi Maimane, declining that particular position. Is a decision on the cards now?
Yeah, the decision has been made. It was ratified by the federal executive of the party late last night. That announcement will be made today at 11 a.m. in Cape Town. So the formal announcement will be made then. The premier candidate will be unveiled to the people of Cape Town and to the rest of South Africa.
Okay, so we will find out today. You can't give us any clues whatsoever.
No, I would be scooping the party if I did, but at 11, the rest of us would know.
All right, so we'll have to wait on that. 11 o'clock, we'll find out exactly who the candidates will be for that. So yesterday, the leader, Mmusi Maimane, actually went ahead and declined any form of nomination and saying that he didn't want to be the premier candidate after days of speculation that he was going to be in the running. Did his decline have anything to do with internal leadership squabbles in the DA?
No, absolutely not. I think what has been presented over the weekend media was a lot of, incorrect reporting in terms of what is happening. So just to put things into context, the process for the selection of the premier candidate had been underway. And, in a political environment, there'll always be discussions about what is the best possible outcome for the party. And it is within that realm that the leader of the party was approached by some structures to consider the possibility of running as the premier candidate. And, we gathered at the federal executive yesterday morning in Cape Town, where the leader took us into confidence about those advances that were made towards him to consider that request. But as is now common knowledge, he resolved to decline that request in order to allow him to lead our national elections campaign, because that remains his number one priority. And it is because of that today we'll also be announcing the premier candidate for the Western Cape, which will definitely not be Mr. Maimane.
So a lot of people fearing that there's so many internal squabbles within the DA that not even the DA know what is going on, and that, there's trying to jostle for positions. Is this happening? I mean, is there a lot of uncertainty within the DA at the moment?
No, there's no uncertainty at all. The unfortunate part about this is that, people tend to take what's reported in the media at face value. The correct version of the real story is that, the process for the selection of the premier has been underway. As you would recall, we made that public announcement. And, in the last few days, what had happened is that as the process gets closer to finalization, speculation reaches its peak. But, from us, there's no jostling for position whatsoever. There is a process which the party kicked off, and there are candidates that, raised their hands that have been through the selection panel. And I think what caused this whole confusion was people misinterpreting what the constitution of the party states. There's a clause in the constitution of the party that makes provision for the federal leader to be ranked highest on any list for be it the National Assembly election or provincial legislatures, should he so wish to. In this case, the leader did not take that opportunity to be top of any provincial list, because his primary focus is leading our national election campaign, which is to build one South Africa for all. So there isn't. I mean, we also completed a very robust process which resulted in the selection of Plato as the next mayor of Cape Town.
Yeah.
That was also conducted with regular updates to the public. So for us, it's about having a rigorous and fair, consistent process.
Okay, so you got to the point that I wanted to make. The Western Cape Community Safety Minister, Plato, nominated now to succeed Patricia de Lille, the outgoing mayor. What about another female candidate? Don't you feel that the party is taking a step back by putting a male mayor candidate instead of a woman candidate, or encouraging younger people to take over positions within the party?
None at all. I mean, if you follow the history of the DA's governance in the city of Cape Town, the first DA mayor was female Helen Zille. Then Plato came through when Helen Zille became the premier. Patricia de Lille, came through. So it shows diversity. Diversity cannot be the domination of one gender to perpetuity.
All right, so this weekend, a big weekend for the DA. I have to wrap, unfortunately. You will be launching your 2019 election campaign in Johannesburg. Can you tell me in literally 30 seconds, what will it entail, this launch?
Yeah, so basically on Saturday at the Mary Fitzgerald Square, we'll be launching, we'll be kicking off the process of our 2019 election campaign. It will be the unveiling of, Team South Africa and how we tend to bring together South Africa in order to build one South Africa for all. Mr. Maimane will deliver the key speech there that will be outlining the DA's vision for South Africa.
All right, we leave it there. Thank you so much for your time and talking to us here about some issues within the DA. Lots of announcements came out of it yesterday, and we thank so much to Solly Malatsi, who's the DA spokesperson.
Thank you very much.
Our parliamentary studios. A pleasure. All right, let's take a break. News after this.